Hello and welcome to the France 24 interview. Today we're talking about Mali, which of course went from a coup d'etat to a jihadist occupation of the north of the country to a war with French, Malian and other African troops launching an offensive to oust Islamist fighters. Since then, Mali has held elections and chosen a new president. Well, today I'm very happy to be speaking to a Malian activist who's also one of its busiest rising music stars. That's Isiaka Ba, also known as Amkoullel, who joins me now from New York. Isiaka Amkoullel, thank you very much indeed for joining us here on France 24. Now, before we start the interview, I just want to play a video of one of your songs about the situation as it was in northern Mali. This was released at the beginning of 2013. This is Un pour le Mali, or As One for Mali. Take a listen.
Peuple, un but, une foi, un Maliba.
Un peuple, un but, une foi Maliba. Erena na dundo, Barkana na dundo, Savalina na dundo, Mali kanakoroto. Erena na dundo, Barkana na dundo, Savalina na dundo, Mali kanakoroto.
Noyés dans les larmes, pays à la dérive. Si armés sont les prières, voilà les risques. Les anges tombent par...
Well, Amkoullel, that was several months ago. You were saying this was an SOS and an emergency. How do you see the situation now in northern Mali?
I think that there is always a lot of work to do there, but I'm happy that now the direct danger is stopped, and I hope that the new president will make things change there, because a lot of people trust him and hope that he will bring a real change in Mali.
What needs to be done the most, from what you're hearing from your engagement about the situation in Mali? What needs to be done the most to help people in the north?
The most we need in Mali is to feel safe there, to feel safe about violence, threatened, and also about the trust that we need from politics and the government, because people don't really trust now the politics in Mali, and that is a very bad thing, because we need to trust them. We need to trust the law and also how things are supposed to work there, because we have a lot of corruption, a lot of problems. So if we don't have, it's like an outlaw country, people will just try to make their own justice. And that is the big problem. People have to understand now that in Mali, we have justice and nobody can make his own justice. Yeah.
Now, we just saw, of course, elections in Mali. It's got a new president, Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta, also known as Ibeka in French. What do you think of him? Do you have confidence that he can lead Mali forwards now?
He got the trust of people, because we needed somebody with a strong personality, with a lot of charisma, that can bring people together. And Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta succeeded doing that. And we are lucky to have somebody that is able to bring people together like this. So now we are watching and waiting after him to look what he will do. I think that he's in the position to do a lot of things in Mali. So I hope he will do it, because we need to trust in the future and to believe in the new president, the government, and in the law, in the respect of the law. Yeah.
Now, when he was in power before as Prime Minister, not President, he was accused of clamping down on student protest. Does that worry you?
You have a lot of people doing politics and things. They always try to talk about, say bad things or good things. Now the only thing that people really need now is to have somebody who will do what we need to make things change in Mali. So we'll wait and see. And so if he acts in a way that is not very cool or good for the positive for the country, then I think that artists and writers and journalists, people will react. But we cannot judge him for something that he can maybe do or he didn't done yet.
As you say, we'll have to wait and see what happens in the next months and years to come. In terms of the situation of ordinary people in the north of Mali and central Mali, a very fragile situation, are you afraid that things could again get worse for them? Now perhaps the eyes of the international community aren't on Mali quite as much as before.
You know, about the future, I trust in the future. I think that things will be okay, but we have to be careful and to take our own responsibility, because we cannot all the time depend on the international community or anybody else, because nobody will come to save us. We have to take our own destiny to make things change in Mali, and I know that we can do that. I see a lot of young people, a lot of people in Africa, in Mali in general, working hard every day to make things change. There is a lot of positive things in Mali and in Africa in general, but people don't really know about that, because all the time when we talk about Africa in general, it's only the bad things that people see, but we have a lot of good things, good energy, a lot of positive vibration there. So I think that we can make a lot of things change, but we have to accept that nobody will come to save us.
Now, you yourself have been involved in action. You were in a collective, I believe, Plus Jamais Ça, which means never again, after the coup d'etat, of course. Are you happy with the progress towards democracy? Some people say it was too early to have elections, that people couldn't vote in all areas. Are you satisfied?
You know, the situation, our situation in Mali was very hard, you know, and when people was talking, the international community and France, people was talking about the election, it was hard for us to think about anything else than security. But they asked us to do the election, so we was forced to do that because we was asking after help. So we had no choice just to respect their agenda. So when you ask for help, you have no choice. You have to just respect the agenda that somebody else forced you to do. So we did it. Now we got a president. So the only things that matter now is security and what we'll do for the future.
And of course, another part of your activism, and we saw it earlier in the music that we played, is the songs that you've been releasing at various stages, calling for help in Mali. How important is the activism we've seen by Malian musicians coming together to call for help?
It's very important because during that period of war and problems in Mali, artists was a lot of Malian artists was very engaged talking about the situation, because we need we are like the voice of the people, also the voice of the voiceless, and to be socially engaged as a hip-hop artist in West Africa is still very important, because more than 75% of the people cannot really read, and the way to get information is by listening music, listening radio, TV, and all this stuff. So artists are still like somebody who bring news, information, and try to fix things, because it's the way that jelly are seen traditionally in Mali, in West Africa in general.
And of course, music and many forms of expression were actually silenced in the north of Mali under jihadist rule. Are you ready? Are you planning to go back and perform there?
Yeah. The day when I can, I will go there directly. Yeah, I hope to be there, and I want to see my friends there. I got family there, because I'm from the north of Mali and from the south of Mali, and I'm born in Bamako. So I got family in the north, like everybody in Mali, like almost all the people in the south have family there. So there is no north and south in Mali. There's just Malian people living together. And now this thing happened because of the weakness of the government and the lot of problems. And we need people who really cares about the country and the people.
Now, I know you yourself has also been involved in setting up music workshops, music programs for young people in Mali. Why is it so important for you that artists, young people, talented people stay in Mali and try and make it better from inside the country?
Because it's very important to show that we can make things change, and we don't necessarily need to wait after the help of somebody else. If somebody else comes, it's very good to have collaboration, to be more international, to be open to other cultures is very important. But at the same time, we can do things by ourselves in Mali, and we have to share our knowledge, experience with young people who are interested by hip-hop culture, music, or art in general. Because when we were starting doing hip-hop in Mali, we was the first. We didn't really have brothers, big brothers, or other person to explain us how to do this. And so we did some few mistakes. So now I like to share my passion for music, for hip-hop, with young people who also like it. And at the same time, it's very important to show that hip-hop can be engaged. And this is the message of hip-hop is very important, and that is the real beginning of hip-hop music. And because on TV you have a lot of hip-hop, very commercial, talking about money, girls, and all this stuff, violence. But it's another face of hip-hop, a new face, but it's not the primary purpose of hip-hop. You know? So it's very important to explain it to the youth, to the kids, to let them have the choice between two different things.
Oh, okay, I'm afraid we're going to have to leave it there, but it was very interesting. Thanks so much for joining us. Amkoullel there, a Malian rapper currently speaking to us from New York. Thanks very much. You have been watching the France 24 interview. Do stay tuned, lots more coming up.